Hi everyone, Jennifer here, back with another edition of TV Talk. It's Friday, and that means it's My Little Pony Day. And this week's episode was The Great Rainbow Caper. A pair of monkeys have their eye on the Rainbow of Light to add to their collection of rare and unique things. And decide that the only way to get it is to capture Danny and Surprise to force Megan to hand it over to them. Okay, things I liked about this episode. I actually liked a lot of things about this episode. First off, and I'm going to tell you this right off the bat, this was a very short episode. It was like 15 minutes. It was one of those where it had another episode with it as well, but it had nothing to do with this one. Unlike all the other ones where there was like two parts with it, but I combined it under one episode. That's just the way Ponies was in the 80s. Second off, this episode, well, Megan and I think Molly are in this episode as well. The primary focus on this episode is Danny and Surprise. And that is kind of a rarity. Not that Surprise is a focal point on this episode, but the fact that Danny is a focal point on this episode. Because you have to keep in mind, My Little Pony, the target audience was little girls. Danny and Spike were basically, in my opinion, and from what I understand, were basically put in the episode for the boys that had to watch My Little Pony with their sisters, with their cousins. Because you gotta remember, this came out in the 80s. Not everybody had like 5 televisions or a television in every room like we do now. Usually it's, whoever got to the TV first got to pick the episode. Or unless, Dad came in and then you had to watch what Dad wanted. So that, I think that's why Spike and Danny were put in here. It was kind of for the boys who had no choice but to watch the show. So for the episode to really focus on Danny, and I don't think we have a lot of other episodes that really focus on Danny all that much. I think maybe there's like one other that does. It's kind of unique. Usually if there's a human in the episode that's helping the ponies, it's Megan primarily, or sometimes it's Molly, but very rarely is it Danny. I mean, he may be there and helping his sisters, but his sisters are there as well. It's never really solely him. Like I said, I think there's like maybe one other episode where it's solely him. So I like that's a little bit of a change. And I also like how they picked, the pony they picked was Surprise. Surprise is, I swear, she was the template for Pinkie Pie and Friendship is Magic, because their personalities are extremely similar. And even their cutie marks are very similar. Pinkie Pie had the 3 balloons, the blue and yellow balloons, and Surprise has 3 balloons, but they're purple. Other than that, like really the only differences between them is coloration. Surprise is white with an orange or a green mane and tail, and Pinkie Pie is straight pink. And Pinkie Pie is an earth pony, while Surprise is a Pegasus. So, and I'm sorry, my cat just went a little nuts. But she's not, how do I put this nicely? Surprise isn't the most, grounded of the ponies. I mean, the others where they can, they like to have fun, they like to play, that's kind of their thing. But when something happens, they can put that aside and focus on what they need to focus on. Surprise sometimes has problems with that. So again, the choice of using her was, instead of, like, say, North Star or Wind Whistler, or even Heartthrob, or Paradise, was extremely unique, in my opinion. Okay, things I didn't like about this episode. There wasn't a lot I didn't like about this episode. I would have liked it if it had been longer. Honestly, the pacing was not fast, but it concluded too quickly for me. It was designed to. It was supposed to. It was only supposed to cover like 15 minutes, and then they were going to jump into another episode. But I kind of got used to Friendship is Magic, which is like 22 minutes an episode, where this was like 15 minutes. So I would have liked it if it was drawn out a little bit into like a two-parter, but other than that, it was very good. Because basically what I would have really liked, and what I mean by like drawing it out to like 22 minutes instead of 11, 15 minutes, I would have liked it if, like, say, they could have drawn it out a little bit more, and they could have given you a little more backstory in the Gizmonks, like where they were from and all of that, because you really don't get that. You know they're probably from, wherever Ponyland is, wherever Dream Valley is. They're probably from that world, obviously, and whatnot. But I mean, did they come from somewhere else? Did they always live there and the ponies had no idea about it? You don't get a lot of that information. But again, considering this was targeted at very young kids, they didn't really want to do that. So I get it, but again, it's like I would have liked more in-depth on the characters, to be completely honest. Okay, feel free to check out my related My Little Pony videos. And my other videos. Okay, before I sign off, a few things I'd like to touch on. First off, a quick reminder on my comment rules. Okay, please leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. Also, feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. I do have my name for those 4 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note that all pictures seen within this video do belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing, and the links for any sites mentioned will be in the description section. Okay, YouTube subscribers. Any of my videos that are not on YouTube are on my Facebook page. Facebook friends. Basically the same deal. Any of my videos that are not on Facebook are on my YouTube channel. And to anyone who's interested, you can feel free to check out my Facebook group, Fanfic Corner. I would like to apologize for not posting a video in a few weeks. Unfortunately, I had the holidays to deal with for like a month, and I was just way too busy at work and with other stuff connected to the holidays to get to watch a video and do reviews and everything. Second, and then following the holidays, I basically worked every Friday. So I was coming home, not late, but by the time I got home, I was tired and I just did not feel like watching a video and doing a review because I was just that tired from work. I really just wanted to crash out, and that's basically what I did. So I do apologize for that. Unfortunately, these things do happen. I would love to say it's never going to happen again, but let's be realistic. It probably will. If it's not holidays or me being tired after work, it's because I'm like not feeling good or something came up and I just don't have the chance. So all I can do is just apologize in advance for the next time it happens. Okay, finally, DreamWorks Dragons will be coming to an end in about 3 weeks. And that means that there will be an opening for a new TV Talk series for Sunday, and that means that you guys get to vote and tell me what show you would like me to do a set of videos on. Your choices are Horseland, Outlast Star, Dot Hack Sign, and Inuyasha. Voting is extremely simple. All you have to do is write a positive comment and or like or love a positive comment on one of the 4 shows listed, and whichever one gets the most votes is the one I'll do a set of videos on. Also, for those of you watching on YouTube, I have a poll going on the community section of my YouTube page where you can go and vote for the video as well. It's the same videos. All you gotta do is just click on the one you want. Voting will be until the 12th of February. Hopefully this will be the very last time that I have to push the date back. I am going to try my darndest to make sure it is the very last time I have to push the date back. But if something comes up, and I will give you a heads up. You may vote as many times as you wish in the comment section. For those of you voting on the community page, it's a one-shot vote. But please keep in mind, no matter how you vote, in the event of a tie or no votes, I do have the final say. So far, the voting stands at a tie between Horseland and Inuyasha at 7 votes apiece. Now, you guys have a little over 3 weeks left, so be sure to get your votes in and make your voices known. Please like and share this video if you're watching on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you haven't already if you're watching on YouTube. And as always, thank you for watching, and have a very nice day.